Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. That's really nice of you. You guys could do anything you want on the internet. You came by to listen to a podcast by me. Welcome to a podcast. That's so sweet of you for stopping by. I hope it's worth your while. I'm going to do my best to make it worth your while. So, thanks for being here, guys. That's real nice of you. Yeah, you could watch anything you want. There's thousands and thousands and millions of hours of Japanese tentacle rape incest porn on the internet. You could watch that. You could watch ISIS beheading videos. Those are all over the place. You could watch 17 German midgets covered in ranch dressing jerk off onto each other on the internet. You could do that. What else is there? You could watch people open up their buttholes with like speculums and pour cereal Fruit Loops and milk into them and then eat them out of there like a big old cereal bowl. You could do that, but you didn't do that, and you came here to watch, not even watch, listen to me talk into a microphone for a little while, and that's really, really nice of you guys. You're the best, as I always say, and I appreciate you a whole lot, and thanks for coming by. Thanks for not watching any of that other stuff. This is kind of weird. Not the Japanese stuff, you can do that. Well, the incest part's a little bit weird, but tentacle porn, whatever gets your nut off, as long as you're not hurting anybody else. Yeah, the midgets, too. You watch midgets covered in ranch dressing jerk off on each other, that's fine. Enjoy yourself. Just don't hurt anybody else while you're doing it. That's all I ask. I think that's all any of us ask, Be kind, be courteous, jerk off to whatever you want to jerk off to. Or flick your bean, play a little scratch DJ, do whatever you need to do. I think those are the two options. Or if you're an asexual person and you don't even like to do any of that stuff, just sit around. What else do you do with your time? Just kind of sit there. That's cool with me too. You're not hurting anybody. So, yeah, thanks for coming by. How you guys doing today? You doing good? Oh, I'm doing awesome. Not really, but thank you so much for asking. That's great. I'm great. That's what everybody wants to hear. I'm really fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. You're the best. I wouldn't expect anything less from you guys. You guys always ask me how I'm doing, and it really warms my heart. You guys are the greatest. How are you guys doing? You doing good? You doing bad? You doing kind of in the middle? Asi, comme ci, comme ça, that sort of thing. Well, I hope that improves for you. For the people that said I'm doing great, that's fucking great. That's so good. Yes, I'm so glad you're doing great. Hope that continues. Sunshine and blowjobs until the end of time. I hope when the atomic bomb drops, it drops right on your home so you get vaporized immediately and you don't have to deal with like the nuclear fallout or like, any kind of abnormalities that come about from radiation, any of that sort of thing. So I hope you get vaporized immediately. To all of us, that's a wish I think that we all have for our fellow man. I hope those people that are doing good, I hope you're doing great. I hope it continues that way. For the people who are doing not good, sorry. Eesh. I'm pulling my collar right now. Hope that gets better. That's about all I can do. I can make a podcast for you if that helps. That's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully that helps out. You can listen to this. You can jerk off to any of the other aforementioned things. You can jerk off to this if you want to as well. Hopefully that'll make you feel better. What else is there? You can meditate. You could go to the root of the problem. You could try that if that's the issue. You could do drugs, though I don't recommend that, because those will kill you. And people are really mad at drugs right now. Opioids are killing a lot of people, and people are really mad about it. So I don't recommend doing drugs. But do what you want to do. Fuck them. Fuck all those angry people. Just don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt anybody else. Like I already said before, we're 4 minutes in, and I've already preached to you guys a little bit on a few things. That's what I like to do. Thanks for stopping by, sad people. I hope you're not sad for that much longer. It's good to be sad every now and again, though. But if you're sad all the time, that's a bummer. Hope that changes. But if you're sad for just a little bit, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that when the sun comes out and the next time somebody's sucking your dick, it'll be the best dick sucking you've ever got in your entire life. Or somebody's flicking your bean around or fucking sticking their tongue in your holes or whatever. Maybe that'll be the best time that's ever happened to you. Hope so. Because if you go into that right after you were crying and real sad, then it'll probably be pretty decent, right? That switch, that change, that juxtaposition, that change up there, it'll catch you by surprise. So, sorry, sad people. Hope things turn around for you. People in the middle, I think you're doing better than most folks out there, so stop complaining. Get over yourself, all right? The world's not all about you. There's people starving everywhere. There's people starving in North Korea. Think about them. They're not doing, well, they probably think they're doing all right. That's such a bummer. I hope President Trump liberates them people that I don't really care about. That's a dumb thing that always happens, isn't it? When people like say something kind of ignorant and stupid and they automatically affect a stereotypical Southern accent. Sorry about that. I'm guilty of it just as much, probably more than anybody else in the entire world. So I'm going to continue to do that. And you can just call me an asshole in the comments or whatever floats your boat. You know, I deserve it most likely. So, let's get into this thing, shall we? Middle of the road people. I actually hope that gets better or worse. Maybe you can cry it out. Who knows? Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for, take your coat off, stay a while, cozy up, have some tea. Let's do a podcast, shall we? Even though this one's not going to be too long, and I'll explain the reason for that in a little bit. Maybe I will make it long. Maybe I'll cut it short. I don't know. But let's finish this intro, shall we? We're only 6 minutes in. Today is October 31st, 2017. It's 5:50 p.m. and it is a Tuesday right now. Club going up. Sorry. Happy Halloween, you motherfuckers. What are you guys dressing up as? Can't hear ya, but I hope it's a fun one. I hope you have a good costume planned out. Or you might be like me and you already did Halloween over the weekend. It's not even Halloween for me right now. It's done. But there's a flip side to this. You probably already passed out candy too. Don't they like keep backing up the time that Halloween starts so kids get raped less? Because they're like, I remember when I was really young, my parents were like, go out and take candy from strangers, little boy, have fun. And they just send me out in my scantily clad little outfits. And I'd go to people's very, very sketchy doors and I'd take candy from strangers. But I remember I'd be out until like 9 o'clock. And now isn't the rule, like, if you're not back in your domicile by 6 o'clock, the police come and beat the shit out of you? Not if you're white. I mean, if you're any other color on the spectrum, then you get the shit beat out of you. But isn't that how it goes now? You have to be back home by, like, before the sun goes down, or you immediately get taken into custody. That's a bummer. I remember I used to be out really late when I was a young buck. Sorry, 2017 children. We fucked it up for you. Guess that's just how things go. Gotta get over it. The world's not catered to you, it's catered to us. And then we screw it up, and then you have to deal with the fallout. So enjoy it. You'll enjoy your little marshmallow world. Okay. I had a good Halloween. I dressed up. You guys might have seen my outfit if you follow me on my costume. If you follow me on Snapchat, which is YeahDudeHaha. Twitter.com/YeahDudeHaha. YeahDudeHaha. It's my Snapchat too. It's also my Spotify if you want to see what kind of music I'm listening to. But all that stuff aside, if you follow me on Snapchat over the weekend, you might have seen my costume, and I was in a doctor outfit. Oh, I didn't have a one of those things called the thing where you can listen to people's heartbeat. I'm not qualified to be a doctor. Stethoscope, that's what it is. I was wearing a white lab coat and a rubber ducky bow tie, red with little yellow rubber duckies on it, and I had my like 80s Jeffrey Dahmer glasses on. I was walking around. I had like a prescription pad and a little smiley face button and pens and everything. I did it up right. And people were asking me, like, this is like the third year in a row that I've worn this costume, so I don't know if I've brought it up before. But people were asking me if I was like Bill Nye or if I was, to be fair, Rick and Morty. To be fair, one has to have a very high IQ to understand Rick and Morty. I wasn't any of those. I was technically experimenting with drugs and alcohol has been my costume for 3 years in a row. And I walk around at parties with an Erlenmeyer flask and like pour jungle juice into it and drink that. And I think I'm really clever and funny, and you guys should too, because I'm a white man making a podcast, and that is all the qualifications I need. I'm funny. I don't know if you guys, I guess if you're over the drinking age, or like, if you're like 17 plus, Halloween weekend is the real Halloween. I remember a couple of years ago, maybe it was last year, Halloween fell on a weekend, and it was just a shit show. But this year, it fell, when was Halloween? Shit. Well, today's Halloween weekend was the 27th, 28th, and 29th, so now it's club going up on a Tuesday. I could go out and rage tonight. I know there's people out in costumes walking around right now doing stuff at the bars, but I'll explain another reason why I'm not doing that, the same reason that I might cut this podcast short a little bit. So this is an I'm sorry video. Forgot to bring that up. Or an I'm sorry podcast. So I'm aware of the fact that I missed last Sunday, and now I came all the way up to this Sunday and didn't do anything that Sunday. So let's get into this. It's an I'm sorry video. I'm doing bad already. I did 4 pretty good ones, didn't I? Did I do 4 podcasts yet? I think so. Me and Paul. Oh yeah, Paul's not here. Sorry about that. That was my decision. He really, really wanted to be here, but I was like, no, it's mine, and you can't come. That's not what I said. I just said I feel like doing a solo one because I've been gone for a little bit. The reason that I wasn't here last Sunday was I was like hungover or something. I don't know. Just wasn't feeling like it. So this coming Sunday, this Halloween weekend Sunday, I woke up after a night of being out drinking and partying and everything, and I checked like my calendar and whatnot, and I realized I had like a million gigantic assignments to do. I know that's not very specific, but I promise I'll get more specific soon. I was very, very, very stressed out, just like I am right now, and I'm not feeling too good, and I probably don't sound very chipper, but I've made a few jokes so far, so that's a good thing, but I'm actually really, really having a fucking terribly tough time right now, and that's another reason why I just told Paul, like, I'm gonna do a solo one this time, and then I'll have you back around for the next one, because I want to be able to just, like, finish this, turn it off, and then get back to my homework that I've been doing for nonstop since I woke up Sunday morning. So yeah, I have like I checked my calendar and things kind of like snuck up on me as they do. I'm in college now. For anybody new, I've been in college for 35 years. I'm in my senior year of an English degree. What an employable young chap. I'm really gonna be a productive member of the workforce soon. Not really. I'll probably end up working at Chipotle with all of the anthropology majors. But so I, being an English major person, I have a lot of writing to do. And when we get to like the end of a semester, it kind of all just like smacks you in the face. Big old donkey dick. And so I have a 15-page research paper to do that naturally I haven't started yet. It was supposed to be due tomorrow at 1 p.m., but even the fat, sweaty nerds in my class that came up that are actually, like, teachers already, that are, like, taking this class as part of, like, their doctorate program thing, even they were like, we didn't have enough time, we're even fat and sweaty, and we couldn't do it. So then I was very happy with that, of course, because I definitely wasn't going to be able to have it done because it's way too much. And, well, it's not too much. I didn't prepare for it adequately. I've been doing other stuff, too, I promise. I haven't been slacking off. I'm just fucking busy. They're probably even busier than me, and they couldn't even have it done. So he pushed it to Monday. That's very nice of him, but it still doesn't even really help me that much. Because even if I finish this 15-page paper, I have a 6-page paper due Thursday, and then I have another one due Friday, and then Sunday by midnight, I have to have a 5-page paper done. So just to, like, all these numbers are stupid, but I have a little piece of paper on my refrigerator, and so my semester ends on December 6th or like 7th, something like that. And no, it ends on December 10th, 8th is the one. And then the next week is all finals. In the time from now, which is October 31st, to December 8th, 1 month and 1 week, I have 22 essays to do. And I think I calculated it out to over 100 pages of writing that I have to finish up. And if I do like the math on how many pages I have to write per day, it makes me want to kill myself. So I didn't do that, but it's not fun at all, and I'm not having a good time, and that's why I've been gone, and I'm actually really sorry about that. And with that said, I don't think I'll be making a podcast this coming Sunday. If I do, by some miracle above, Allah blesses me with all of his blessings that he gives. If he gives me one of those and I finish all my shit in time, then sure, I'll make a podcast. But odds are I won't. I'm sorry in advance about that. I want to be a good YouTuber, and I should really just stay away from from schedules as a whole on YouTube because it's never worked out for me. I'm always too fucking busy with other things going on. I'm only in school until May, and then I'll get the magic little piece of paper with the squiggly writing that has my name on it, and then I'll be able to fuck off and go sit in my room and make videos for you guys and do podcasts and stuff and make funny stuff and hopefully make you laugh while holding like some kind of part-time job to pay the rent. So that's the dream. That's what I want to do, and I'm going to do that. But I have to work my ass off until May. I have to keep a 3.5 GPA to keep my scholarships, to keep myself in school. So that's the gist of that. Sorry. It's an I'm sorry video. Love you guys. I'm not doing great, but I'm doing okay, but not really, but I'm doing fine, so I'm going to be all right, and I'm going to keep writing. I'm going to keep click-a-clacking on my keyboard and make up some dumb shit. I argued for one of my papers that the author was an anti-Semite because she, like, talked about this, she adapted this Chaucer poem that was really, really anti-Semitic into a new poem, and I called her I said, she hates Jews a lot, tick-a-tick-a-tack. She hates Jews because she did this. This is why she hates Jews. I turned it in and got 100% on it. So that was pretty cool. But I have to do a million more of those, and they're all humongous piles of bullshit that I don't want to do because I'm in social justice warrior indoctrination camp. That's like a couple of my classes are those where it's like we talk about, I know these are all things we should be talking about, like rape culture and feminism and everything like that. It's things we should talk about, but I have like, I've got a moderate view on these sort of things. Yeah, I'm doing what I can, man. I don't need to be lectured on all of it. I kind of know what's going on. This isn't the things I should be studying. I don't know. I thought I was an English major. I didn't know that I was going to be learning all this different shit. But I am learning because of my concentration. I'm in more like linguistics courses, so I'm learning like origin of the English language and phonology and morphology and semantics and pragmatics and discourse and composition and all of that sort of stuff on the side. But I have a few classes that get way too far for me into the social justice cuck snowflake realm that like, I don't know, it makes me not want to go, and I have to write all these papers for it that I really... Like, I believe in the things I'm writing about, but I don't want to write about them at all. It's not that, well, they don't affect me, most of them, because I'm a white male with a penis. Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave it to the people who know about these things to write about them for me to read, the people who are personally affected by these issues, who can tell me what it does to them, and then I go, oh shit, I should probably never rape anybody, even though I've never had that twisted, fucked up thought in my entire life, and I would never do something so heinous, but I'll let somebody else tell me. I don't have the authority to write about these sort of things, nor do I have the authority to write about feminism. I'm not an expert. I'm not a woman. I think that people who are experts on it should write about it. I'm not studying women's studies. I'm not studying about rape culture. I did have to write about Phyllis Wheatley recently, and I liked researching her issues, like African-American issues in her time. That was interesting to learn about and learn some things I didn't previously know. But, yeah, I don't know. Once again, I read other shit that people told me from papers that they're really good at these subjects, and they wrote some really interesting things, and I read those, and I just click. I rearranged their words into my words. Said, this person said this, and I think that's really good because they said it, and they're good at it. And then I turned it in and got 100. It's dumb. Yeah, don't take those classes if you have an opportunity to avoid it. I hope all of you take real sciences and better the world in some way with your degree instead of wasting your time and energy like I'm doing. It's not so much of a waste. It opens up the door for me to like step above other folks who want to teach English abroad. Like, there's a lot of dirty white people with dreadlocks that like want to go teach in Thailand and the Southeast Asian countries and whatnot to like go on spirit quests, but they can't afford it in any other way than begging and teaching English abroad. So yeah, that's what those people do. But if I get an English degree, I can have one step above those people and get better jobs than they do and work in like capital cities and stuff, and that's a cool little secondary plan for me to have, I think, because my parents just wanted me to go to school for to get any degree because they never had they had the opportunity, but they had to like, they got married and they needed to work and like put a roof over their heads and everything. And my dad found a good job, so he dropped out of school. At least that's the story that he told me. I think he got kicked out for partying or something, but who knows. So they wanted me to get any degree, and the only thing I was really interested in studying, I know I started off doing like the botany shit because I had some delusion that I was going to work in the cannabis industry out in Colorado, but I don't like it out here. It's too sunny. I need some rain in my life. I guess I could do it other places, but I don't like plants as much as I thought I did. I'm not good at it. I don't have a green thumb. Everything I touch dies. So yeah, the only things I really, really have been interested in my academic career have been anthropology and English, and both of those are going to end up with me working at Chipotle. So I've come to terms with that fact. I also have the backup of if I do get sick of like traveling around teaching in different countries, or if it doesn't work out for me in the first place, my parents are business owning folks, so I can go get a job for them. I've worked for them since I was like 14 years old, and they treat me well. And because it's mommy and daddy, I can use their credit card, and I can say, "Mommy, I'm sick. I don't want to go to work today." And she'll say, "Okay, you little shithead, you don't have to go." But then she has employees that aren't blood related to her, and when they say, "Mommy, I'm sick. I don't want to go," she goes, "You're fucking fired." And she kicks her ass out the door. You fired. One of those things. A little bit of Trumpian issues there. But yeah, she can't fire me because I'm her little sweet boy. And yeah. I get to do whatever I want, and they love that. The other employees love that. They actually are really, really cool with me. They're very nice people. They like me a lot. Even the dickhead ones are like, I don't know. There's a guy that's like really mean to everybody in the office and everybody that works in the field and everything, and my parents really don't want him to work for them anymore, but he does a good job. And I'm like the only person that he likes in the company. He like asked me to get him a CSU t-shirt and like stay in touch with him. He's a good dude for the most part. He's kind of a prick, but he's nice enough and he's funny, so I make jokes with him sometimes. Yeah, what the fuck am I talking about? This is what a podcast is, ain't it? It's now 6:06 p.m. 43 seconds. It's still Tuesday, October 31st, 2017. It's still Tuesday. What's the weather like outside? Should I type this in? Click-a-clack weather. I had to reach across the room to do that. It's 45 degrees Fahrenheit right now. What's that mean in Celsius? 7 degrees Celsius. Precipitation 0%. What a fucking surprise. Wow, Colorado. Were you gonna rain on me? Oh wait, no you're not. Cause you never do, cause you suck. Now that's a dream come true for a lot of people, but I need rain so much. I really, really need it. I didn't know how much I needed it until I left the Midwest. I've said that a million times, but it's my number one complaint in life. Okay, back to the podcast. Oh yeah, Paul. Paul is the best. Paul's been doing, in case you guys like had any misconceptions about this, because I have been gone for a little while, Paul has been like absolutely amazing at keeping me accountable for like going AWOL so much. Just like he promised to do, and just like I told you guys he would do. When I tell him like, no, I'm just gonna do a podcast tonight by myself, sorry, I'll text you tomorrow or whatever, he goes, okay, that's fine. And then right when he wakes up on Monday, he'd be like, there's no podcast up, what happened? And then I'll be like, sorry dude, I'm gonna record it today. And he'll be like, okay, that's fine, let me know if you want me to come over. And then Tuesday I'll come and he'll text me first thing when he wakes up at 3 p.m. He'll say, no podcast, dude, where is it? And I'll say, I'm sorry. And because I am sorry, and I wish I could have had the motivation sometimes, but sometimes I don't have the motivation. And lately, it's been particularly difficult. Some people do give me shit, like, on YouTube or Twitter or whatever, about, like, how I don't record a podcast, and then they'll see me on Snapchat, like, out at a party later that night. And that's totally valid, and I have no rebuttal for that, other than it's way easier to go get drunk at a party than it is to like sit down and stay focused on this microphone and try and be entertaining for you guys. This is like, I don't know how I treat it. This is, I started this sentence outright. I have no rebuttal. You're right. I should take care of this first. Sorry. It's an I'm sorry video, like they all are. I'm sorry. I'm a piece of shit. I know. I'm trying to be better. And I've said that before too, and it's not coming. It's not fulfilling itself. But I'm still. I promise I'm trying. Yeah, Paul's great. Let's see if we can find a good text message from him, calling me a piece of shit or whatever. I told him yesterday or 2 days ago that I'm like suicidal from these papers that are so like looming over my head, and then he stopped saying like, hey, make a podcast after I did that, so that was very nice of him. He called me a cuck there. That was unrelated to the podcast though. Something about coming, spelled C-U-M. Something about, okay, wow, we've been talking a lot recently. Okay. I can't find anything. But I promise, the reason that I'm here right now is because I'm worried that I'm going to get a text from Paul saying make a fucking podcast. And you guys too. You guys are also huge motivation. But you guys can't come to my front door and knock on it and tell me to do it because you don't know where I live. Ha ha. Got him. Yeah, and Paul can do that. And if I see Paul, he'll say, where's the podcast? And then he'll start calling me Fawds. And that's not nice. So he does a good job of keeping me motivated. And he says he'll continue to do that, and he'll be back next week. If you guys want him to, let me know if you hate Paul. That wouldn't be very nice of you to say, but I do want to know what you guys want to hear and everything. Also, if you can't stand this podcast without Paul, please let me know that too, and I'll make sure he's here every single time. Yeah, let me know what you want. This is for you, not for me. Well, I do it for me, but it's mainly for you. If I was only doing it for me and nobody listened, then I wouldn't do it for me. But now that I do have an audience, I do it for me now. Because I'm very selfish. And that's why I've never been able to hold up a relationship for more than like 2 weeks. But love you guys. You guys are my relationship. You're my daddies. No, I'm your daddy. You're my, I don't know what you are in that relationship. Love you guys, though. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. You guys are the best. What else do I have to say? Happy Halloween. It's the 31st of October. On October 31, when the sun goes to rest, it's the night of Halloween when fun is at its best. I don't know what that's from. It's a little bit of a rhyme there, though. Yeah, so if you're going out to a party tonight, please be safe, be sensible. There's nothing scarier than venereal diseases, even ghosts and ghouls and all of those tricksters and goblins and whatnot that are out on this night, all those satanic symbols. Those have got nothing on syphilis and green warts on your dick, so be careful. Or on your pussy lips or wherever those show up around your butthole. I don't know. I've said a lot of gross shit so far. I'm going to try and tone that down. Unless you guys want to hear me talk about buttholes and pussy lips and everything like that. Yeah, be safe. Wear a condom. Don't drink too much. That's all the advice I can give. It's one of the main things my parents ever taught me. I don't know if I've mentioned this on a podcast before. Every day of my life is just sort of a blur. So sorry if I repeat myself sometimes. It's an I'm sorry podcast. My parents had a couple rules for me. The main tenets of my childhood that they taught me. They said, number one, never ride a motorcycle. Which I know people really love motorcycles, and I respect their right to do that and everything. They knew a lot of people that just crashed and burned on motorcycles. They've got, like, paralyzed friends and people that died that they knew in college and everything, just, like, casually riding on the highway, like, going from one place to another. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but they told me not to do that. So, yeah. That's one of the things. Number two, always wear a condom. And my dad always told me to double wrap it, just as kind of like a meme. And then they taught me in health class when I was like in 7th grade. I was like, Dad, they told you specifically not to double wrap it because that causes friction between the condoms and then they rip. And then you're getting chicks even more pregnant than you were before. You could just be pulling out. You're better off just pulling out. So I guess that's not great advice. But the first part's pretty good. Always wear a condom, a singular condom. Always do that. And always make dudes wear condoms too. That's even worse for the chicks. Then if you're like a Christian lady and you don't want to have a baby inside you, well, you have to. unless you're willing to murder that little baby, which I totally am. I'll do it myself if I knew how. I'd fucking stick the clothes hanger up there and drag that little son of a bitch out. But yeah, ladies out there, if there are any ladies, make your dude wear a condom, because that's a bad thing, being pregnant. That's worse than any venereal disease out there. You got to deal with a kid. Woof. That's a doozy. For those of you that have children, I'm wishing you the best. Hope everything turns out well. Hope they're healthy and capable of changing the world for the better. The children are the future. But yeah, try not to have any of those, because there's too many of them already. Go adopt one. Yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. Get spooky. Tomorrow, make sure you go out for that discount candy. Get yourself some diabetes, some early onset obesity or whatever. Yeah, discount candy after October. That's the best part of Halloween, except for the scantily clad women and titties hanging out and everything, and the booze. Except for all that, the discount candy is pretty good afterwards. Yeah. You know what? We're 31 minutes in. I'm going to do a few more things. I'm not going anywhere. Don't freak out. I guess you can see on the little bar on the bottom how long this is going to be, so you know when it's going to be over. But it's not over yet. Don't worry. I think I'm going to do a few music recommendations, because I've found some good stuff lately. And it's been a relatively positive response from people talking about, like, in the comments on the subject of our music recommendations for me and Paul. Paul's got kind of like suicidal sad boy music, which is cool. A lot of people are into that. It's not really so much my style. I like a lot of, some stuff that Paul recommends to me I'm really, really into now, and I appreciate that. Sometimes I get mad at him because he'll go to a party and like turn on, what's one of the names that I don't listen to any of it, so I don't remember any of it, but he'll turn on really sad songs when we're in a group of people trying to get pumped up to go out. And yeah, it's okay though. I love him. Hey Paul, how you doing, dude? Okay, so somebody Paul showed me very recently, Rex Orange County. This dude is absolutely incredible. He's some young English kid. A few songs I can recommend. Sycamore Girl is awesome. Belly is a great song. It doesn't have any percussion or anything in it. It's just him playing guitar and singing. Corduroy Dreams is great. Pretty much just like go on Spotify, look up Rex Orange County, and listen to his top list, his most popular songs. Really, really special stuff. He's got a very signature sound, and I like what he's got out there. Wolfpack put out a new song recently, I think it's new, called Hero Town. If you like Wolfpack and you haven't heard that yet, it's really, really good, as you would expect from Wolfpack. Every single song they have is fantastic. Who have I been listening to lately? Going through my stuff. I thought I had more. Oh wait, no, I'm not looking at the right thing. I recently added songs. Coming Home by Leon Bridges. I know that's a very popular song, but I just found it. It's nice. Spooky Halloween blues song, if you like old blues. St. James Infirmary blues. Cab Calloway does a great version of it. I think he wrote it. I don't know. Earl Hines, if you're looking for a later version. St. James Infirmary blues. Very spooky, very good for Halloween. Who else? More Rex Orange County. I'm just looking at my most recently added songs on Spotify. Big Mama Thang by Lil Kim, of course. Rat-a-tat, if you've never heard of them. They're like kind of electronic, funkish. I don't think there's any lyrics in their songs. Wildcat's great. Loud Pipes is great. Oh, okay. So I was listening to some super weeb shit, even though I think it's a white lady that sings it, or like some British lady. It's a weeb song that's got some Japanese in it. It's called Caro Caro Bonito, is the artist. Caro Caro Bonito. And the song is called Flamingo. And right after the introduction, right when like the flute comes in and the beat drops, I have to stand up and dance around, even though it fills me up with weeb shame. And like I feel like I'm just a waste of space, but I still love the song. It's great, and I recommend you listen to that. Whoa, that's loud. that's that. That's a good song. I like that song a lot. I hope you like it too. Everything else by that person I don't really enjoy though, but that's pretty sweet. I think that's it. And Send Bobs by Hovey Benjamin. That was an excellent one that just came around. A little bit of a meme there for you. And that's all I got for music recommendations. That was kind of lame, but hope you guys enjoyed. And I'm going to do a couple questions, and I'll end this thing off, because I got to get back to writing a million words. So let's check this thing out. Gmail, let's go to my account. Matthew Leach just recently sent a question. Love your new podcast. I was wondering if you still play RuneScape. Also, where do you get those rugs you hang up on your wall? I don't play RuneScape anymore. One, I can't afford membership. I know it's really expensive now. Isn't it like $10 to play old school per month? That's way too much. So that's very discouraging. And I don't know. I don't have the same drive that I used to when I was a little autistic child to play it. I used to get so pumped up at leveling up. I would do quests. I would love to go on and do quests, but my skills are too low to do a bunch of quests, and I have to go around and grind, fucking hitting my little pickaxe against rocks and chopping down trees over and over, and that's so boring to me, and I feel like there's plenty more things I could go out and do with my life. I like to play games on the PC that I can go into and mod and just change my skills so they're the highest ever, and then I can just go ahead with the storyline so I don't have to fucking grind any skills. I think that's a waste of time. For me, there's some people that really enjoy it. I know I used to really, really enjoy it. So if you like it, enjoy it. You're not hurting anybody. That's great. But it's not for me anymore. Maybe if I started streaming games, like if I was doing Twitch, I have the account, yeah, dude, haha, on Twitch, by the way, if you want to go follow that. I don't know when I'll ever do that, but if I ever do, I'll announce it on Twitter, maybe Snapchat. I'll post a thing on YouTube on this account, and yeah, maybe I'll play RuneScape. Me and Paul were thinking about doing a cooking stream soon. We were going to make some chicky tendies and honey musty sauce, so we might do that for you guys. I think that'd be pretty fun. I've actually got some decent recipes, too, that, I've been complimented on, so I think it'd be something that'd be worthwhile to show you guys on a stream. Maybe I'll do that. But first of all, we got to make the chicky tendies with the honey musties. It's going to be delicioso. Oh, yeah, the rugs that I hang up on my walls, too. They're not rugs. Just starting off, I have tapestries. I have a towel, the fish one that's on my wall, the little red donuts with the blue background. That's from a fish concert. It was pouring down rain, and I was on multiple drugs, and I was very, very fucked up. And so we were getting evacuated from the venue. They were like, everybody's got to go. There's a tornado or whatever, and you're all going to die. And Trey came out on stage. Nobody left after the first announcement. Everybody was just going, woo, yeah, come on, Trey, let's go. And then Trey had to come back out and say to everybody, okay, seriously, leave or you're going to die. And then everybody started to leave, and it was pouring rain, and everybody was soaked to the bone. And I had the brain genius Mensa idea to run over to the gift shop, or whatever they call it, souvenir stand, as they were packing everything up. I was like, give me one of those towels. I probably said it in a different language or something, and I pointed at a towel because I knew what color they were. And then the guy was like, $20, please. And I was like, okay, and I pulled green money out of my wallet and slammed it on the counter. And I went, here you go, keep the change. And then he handed it to me, and it was all wrapped in plastic wrap. So I kept it in that. Me and my friends ran back to my car. I wasn't driving, obviously. We had a designated driver for the evening, as you always should do, because safety first, then teamwork, then hydration. Those are the 3 keys to having a good time at a party. And moderation's another good one, too. So I had this towel. I was clutching it and just running through the rain. We got back to my car. We all sat down inside, and we turned on some music and just waited for, the traffic to pour out. We were just kind of, shivering, getting ready to leave, but just relaxing after that little scare. And we're just sitting there. Everybody's soaked, and I open up my towel, and we all dry off with this one towel. It was a nice spiritual experience for everybody in the car. We all shared it, and it was great, particularly because of the drugs. We passed it around, and it cleansed everybody, and then I packed it back into the plastic wrap that it was in. I took it home and washed it and dried it, and now I hang it up on my wall, and I have a memory of that entire fantastic evening. Yeah. The second night, there was a little boat that would take us across this channel to get us to the venue. And apparently after the show, my friend G-Bose, Greer, shout out G-Bose, love you. You guys thought his name was G-Bo, G-E-E-B-O, but it's not, it's G-Bose. So apparently, he tells me the story of when we were taking a little ferry back from the concert on the second night. It was a 3-night run. His phone got wet on the first night, and the flashlight was constantly on, and he had it in his back pocket, and the light was pointing outwards, and apparently I kept grabbing his ass, going, "Your ass is glowing," and I just kept grabbing at it. And he was in the front of the boat singing, "Yo ho, yo ho, a pirate's life for me," and he'd turn back and yell at me to stop grabbing his ass, and I'd keep going, yo ho, and the guy driving the boat, apparently, according to one of our friends, was just like shaking his head, absolutely baffled by these fucking stupid, drugged up whiteys. But yeah, definitely go to a Fish concert if you have the opportunity. Definitely do it. It's fun. It's a great time. But be safe, be sensible, moderate yourselves, and be nice to people around you, and keep it fun for everybody. Yeah, stay away from the drugs. They're always fucking dirty. Don't do drugs. You'll have fun without them, I promise. Where was I going? Oh yeah, the rugs on my walls. Rugs, quote unquote. I have a towel. I have mostly tapestries that are just like on Amazon, or you Google hippie tapestry, hippie tapestry. And then that was a lot more letters than that. And then you get these, and like I've got Grateful Dead ones, and like skulls and roses and stuff, and some fish things. A few other ones I found just at thrift stores. Go around, look through the boxes. Sometimes you'll find a dirty, old, dusty tapestry from the olden days. You can clean that up. One of my favorite ones, I've got separating my kitchen from my bedroom, because I live in a studio apartment. I just found like this really awesome like Southwest Native American print sort of what's the term for it? Just like a comforter for a bed, and I just hung that up on the wall, and it separates my entire like space, my entire 300 square feet. It cuts it into two, and it just makes the place feel like bigger, or at least a little bit more private when I'm in my bedroom, so I don't have like blaring fluorescent kitchen lights pouring in, and it's nice. So I bought that online. I think Amazon. This one's like hand woven though. It was expensive, but I figured it'd be worth it. I use a tapestry to cover up my keyboards so I don't get dust in them. Yeah, no dust. You got to cover up your keyboards, or over time you'll get little dust particles that fall in between the cracks, and then they land on the sensors underneath the keys. And then your keys don't work, and that's bad, and you have to take it apart and clean them off and buy canned air, and then the guy behind the counter is like, "You're not going to huff this, are you?" And you go, "No, I'm not going to, but thanks for asking. Can I get a can, please?" And they go, "I don't know. Let me see your ID." You go, "I'm 22 years old, sir. Here's my ID. I'm not going to do that. Sorry." Other people ruin it. Those who ruin it for all others involved. You can't even get canned air without getting treated like a criminal. It's pretty reasonable though. I saw some people fucking huffing canned air in the parking lot of a concert, and they just looked like, I don't know, really, really dirty people. I feel bad for them. But yeah, stop doing that so I can clean off my keyboards without getting treated like a fucking convicted felon. Stop it. Stop driving your car after you huff canned air and then crashing into a tree and yelling at the police. That's not nice. Don't do that. Okay, on to the next question, shall we? Let's see. Okay, Dane G. I'm going to say your last name, too, because you didn't tell me not to, so I'm going to do it. Dane Griffiths. Yeah. He says, "Hey, Dan and Paul, been a fan since the Nanigan days, and I'd just like to thank you all for all the clit-tickling content over the years. No problem, bud. I'm glad to help out. There'll be plenty more to come, unless I die or something like that. This question is mainly for Dan as a fellow musician. Apologies to Paul if he plays, but I'd just like to know how, in a world where everything has been done before, how you keep your own music interesting and original, because lately I feel as if I'm just rewriting and ripping off other artists. Love the podcast, and thanks to Paul for keeping our little Danny on the ball. Keep 'em fat, boys. Dane." Appreciate that. That's a real nice email. Thanks, bud. So I don't think my music is particularly original. I know there's a couple quotes from artists out there saying, like, originality is a farce, or whatever word they use. You're really just kind of, like, art is just taking the guy before you, taking their creation, that man or woman, the guy or gal before you, got 'em, feminism, the guy or gal before you, taking their creation, modifying it a bit, throwing a little bit of spice on it, and then presenting it as your own. I don't necessarily believe in that. I think that people do have the capacity to be original, but it does really come down to who you're influenced by. And the reason I bring that up is I don't know if you think my music is particularly interesting or original, because you probably haven't heard much of it. A few things. I play really, really unorthodox. Like, I don't have any formal training whatsoever. All of my fingering, haha, got him, little meme there, little vagina meme. All my fingering is totally wrong. And I know that can lead to some special things, or at least things that don't typically or haven't typically been done by like the best before. It can lead to new sounds and new styles developing. So that is something, I guess it's not something you should wish for to have in proper style, but if it's something that is a part of your style, then you should take advantage of it. That's one thing. I'm not dissing classical training. I think that's equally as useful, just in a different way. So, I don't know, pick your poison. And then another thing, so on the subject of your interests, so my interests are very, very, very broad in music, and the people that inspire me come from so many different, well, I guess a spectrum has two sides, doesn't it? So different parts of the musical cosmos are all the people that really, really have taught me how to play. Like, I listen from old school jazz music. I know Vince Guaraldi's not that old, but he's like one of my favorite musicians of all time. I take a lot from him, like Latin jazz style. And then I also listen to a lot of funk. I love soul and R&B. But then even like past that, I was raised on like classic rock, and then I got into metal when I was coming up a little bit. I listened to like Metallica and Megadeth were big bands for me, obviously. They're not like the I don't know anything about these genres, or about the titles at least. I listened to Metallica and Megadeth for a long while. Then I got into hippie music, and then I found out that I really liked like gangster rap and hip hop and not as hard rap and all of that stuff. So soul, R&B, I've named like every genre, most of them, not all of them. I don't like EDM much. I think it's garbage, but if you like it, that's great. I hope you enjoy yourself. You won't catch me at a concert though. It just sounds like Transformers sticking it in each other's assholes and screeching. Yeah, not for me. But I take really broad interests, and I think that culminates in something interesting. I'd say my biggest like stylistic influences are jazz, and I think people would tend to agree, at least a few people would tend to agree with me, that like jazz is some of the most intricate music out there, and if you can learn to play jazz well, then I feel like you can learn to play anything well, at least like technically speaking, like the speed of fingering, haha, got him, speed of fingering and like chord changes, that sort of thing. Yeah. That wasn't very good at all, but I just kind of swiveled my swivel chair over there and played a couple things. Yeah. I'm working on music stuff too. I'm working on recording it. I'm a Fruity Loops guy. I'm taking my time. Sorry. It's an I'm sorry video. Yeah. I don't know if that answers the question entirely, but don't listen to what other fucking people tell you to play or how to play. Get rid of like the dogma and the musical, like the prescriptive rules of writing music. Fuck those things. I don't know what the math is on it, like intro, fucking verse, chorus, bridge, something, all that stuff. Throw it out the window. Write what you want to write what sounds good, and then play it out. And if it doesn't, if there's things you need to change them up. But I don't know. I think that following prescriptive rules Just like that dogmatic thinking, I think that's dangerous in a lot of ways, even outside of music. Just like adhering strictly to a certain way that people have done things and not varying from that at all. Definitely in art, it's a hindrance, especially like way back in the olden days, like Renaissance art. When new styles would come around, people were genuinely like afraid of it. Like when the blues came around after, wait, no, rock and roll came from the blues. So when the blues came onto the scene, people thought it was like the fucking devil's music, and black people were playing it, and everyone was very scared. And I don't know, that's where all the best new stuff comes from, is the things that people tell you not to play, and the things that people say are the wrong way to do it. That's where all the best new stuff comes from. So don't listen to the ways that people tell you how to do it. Just do it your own way. And broaden your interests. Even if you really think you don't like a style of music, even though I just said I don't like EDM, but I've given it a try. Even if you really, really in your core, like, you don't like rap music, you really don't like it, dive into it a little bit. Try a couple different artists. Try a different style within that genre, because it's very, very broad. I've said it 1,000 times. Just dive in, and vary your influences. That covers that one. Thanks for the question, Dane. Appreciate that. Blake. Hey, Blake. How's it going, dude? Blake says, if there were two guys on the moon and one killed the other with a rock, would that be fucked up or what? You're damn right, dude. That would be fucked up. Yeah. So if one guy on the moon killed another guy with a rock, he would have to find a rock. I don't know. What does the surface of the moon look like? Is it rocky? Like, can you pick up rocks that are like size of a palm, size of your hand? Because you can't throw it at him because he's wearing a helmet and there's no there's gravity, but there's not as much. So if you throw it, it's just kind of like gonna flop down, or like not get the speed that you want it to have, maybe. Or maybe you could throw it really fast because there's no gravity. Shit. Because that's air resistance that slows things down. And if there's no atmosphere, maybe you could throw it really fast. Fuck, I don't know. That would be fucked up if one guy on the moon killed another guy. So there's two options. You would either have to break his face mask with a rock, which I'm pretty sure those are like bulletproof, you know? They have to make them out of like crazy strong plexiglass or whatever. So maybe you'd have to get air into a suit. Or maybe if you had enough distance and you threw the rock as hard as you could, and then without that air resistance and having lower gravity, you'd be able to get it to a speed that would be able to crack the face mask. Or maybe you could find a sharp rock and cut open the suit, or like cut one of those tubes that gets air to the head part of the suit. I don't know how you would pull it off, but definitely it would be fucked up, or what. It'd definitely be fucked up, or what. Thanks for that question, Blake. That's very thought-provoking. Let's do one more. Trebuscus. Is that like a Tobuscus meme? A subject that may be interesting to possibly talk about, ... if you want. Thanks for that subject. That's fair. That subject line is very helpful. Have you heard about what Tom DeLonge is doing lately? He's that one guy in Blink-182. He's like working with NASA and stuff and trying to build a UFO that moves instantly through space. I don't know. I thought if you look him up, you might have a ball talking about this on the podcast. So right off the bat, I don't think Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 is qualified to do much other than like make whiny songs with Blink-182. Certainly not like quantum physics and space travel and that kind of shit. So I haven't heard about it. I'm sure I would like to hear about it. I don't think it's likely, though. It doesn't sound very likely to me. I'd probably have a ball talking about it too, but I'd probably have more of a ball talking about it with Paul. A little bit of a rhyme for you. So I'm gonna put a little star on that one, a little smiley face sticker. Maybe we'll come back to that when Paul's back. Maybe we will. We might not. But whatever the case, thanks for the email, bud. Appreciate that. That's very nice, Trebuscus. Appreciate you. I'll do one more. That's a long one. Wait, you guys ready for a burp? Ooh, okay. What does this email say? Oh, I didn't star that one. Oh, Tessa wrote back. The Catalonia girl. You just said some nice things. Paul, you're right. Paella is dank. The Coca-Cola wine is the cheapest wine from the Chinese store on the corner. I mean, like $2 cheap. Like go blind cheap. It's just fine. Says her brother used to watch me and Tony. Rest in peace, Tony. Tony's not dead, but he's not here, so rest in peace. He's living a good life. And I thought you were funny, so I couldn't stop watching. Now here I am in college years later, and blah, things are still funny from watching on the screen. You're so nice. Thank you for the email. You're fantastic. She said nice things about my piano too. You're the best. Thank you, Tessa. You're very nice. I have some Catalonia memes that I don't know if they'd be very insensitive at this point to share. But, yeah. Oh, man, they're buried in just porn in my phone. Okay, so one of these memes here is, which fictional land do you want to live in? And then there's a map of Narnia, a map of Middle-earth, a map of the Game of Thrones map, and then Catalonia's in the meme too. Haha, got him. That's not very nice. Then there was another one. It was like, I got a map of all of the regions of Catalonia on my arm that are separate from Spain, and it's just, there's no tattoo on his arm. Another good meme there. So yeah. Hey guys. That's that. Thanks for stopping by. You're very nice. That was kind of a weird, awkward ending, but anyway, I'm just going to end this because I have a lot of homework to do. I'm going to be up very late tonight writing stuff. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. But this has been very fun, as it always is. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for stopping by. Welcome and goodbye from the Big Clit Podcast. Hope you guys had fun. And, see you guys next time. Love you very much. Let me do a quick ASMR for you. Okay, guys. Have a good one. See you next time. Might be back Sunday. Probably won't be, though. Love you. I'll make another one as soon as possible if you enjoyed this. Or if you hated it, tell me to fuck off and I won't make another one. Love you. See you next time. Have a great one. Happy Halloween. Get spooked. Don't get diseased. Love you. See you next time. Bye. Peace.